If you struggle with identifying clear career development goals, don't worry, I got you. In this video, I'm going to cover 10 goals to help you level up professionally because here's the thing, it's very easy for career development to fall to the bottom of our to-do list. But what I know is that if you do not make it a priority, it's likely not going to happen. And if you really want to achieve whatever your ultimate career goal is, it's gonna require focus in this season. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel where we focus on all things faith and career. Today we are focused on goals. So I know you see them all over the place. Everybody is talking about hashtag goals, especially as the new year approaches. Many people start to get really focused on, okay, what is it that I want for my life in this next season? What is it that I plan to accomplish? And while we're putting together all these vision boards, the question becomes, what are your career development goals? What are the things that you are gonna do to move the needle on your career growth? And so if you're like, Candace, I just don't know. I know what I want to do, but I haven't necessarily created a specific goal for this upcoming year to get me closer to that. Don't worry, we are about to hop right in for 10 options. 10 options, right? I'm not telling you here's 10 goals that all should go on your list for things that you are going to do this year, but I do want to provide you with some options to consider. Let's get into it. Goal number 1, double down on your area of expertise. I've got a question for you. Can you really say that you are an expert in your area? So for me, I am currently a program manager, and when I think about program management, I'm pretty good. Like, I think I've done enough study to say that I'm pretty good, but I know that there is a level that I haven't even scratched the surface of, right? I've heard it said this way: if you dedicate 1 hour a day to study, you would become an expert in your field in 3 years, and you would become a national authority in 5. Now, I'm not telling you that you need to go on to be number 1 at all of the things, right? But what I am saying is that if you consider yourself to be an expert business analyst, or consider yourself to be an expert product manager, or insert whatever thing you think is your area of expertise, if you made a dedicated focus, if you created a study plan, right? Let's take it back to our college days, right? If you created yourself a mini syllabus for here are the things that I am going to actively learn or actively dive deeper into over the course of this next year, imagine how great you would be in that area. Goal number 2, enhance your public speaking skills. Whether you plan to be on stage speaking in front of thousands of people, or you just have to attend meetings where occasionally you have to come off mute, I think that all of us could benefit from just feeling more comfortable and more confident as we have to speak in front of other people. Little known fact, it's amazing that I even have this YouTube, because if you asked me a couple years ago, I just don't really like the sound of my own voice, and so like I was gonna do a podcast, and then I'm like, don't really like that. I honestly recorded videos for this YouTube platform for probably a good 6 months before I even ever decided, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Like all of those videos, I wish I probably was very dramatic and put them in the trash, literally, quite literally, but I wish I could go back and just kind of see what was happening on those, because I'm sure there's some goodness in there now that I've just gotten more comfortable with saying, hey, here's what it is. Yes, I am going to take steps to practice to grow the muscle, right? Like when you go to the gym and you try to do all of the things in the first appearance that you make in the gym, it's hard. You want to quit, right? Same thing with like public speaking. You can't expect that you never speak publicly, you never practice, and then all of a sudden you are on the meeting and you're asked to come off mute and you're going to eloquently deliver this life-changing message. It's like, nah, you probably want to practice that. So again, enhancing your public speaking skills goes for pretty much everybody across the board, not just someone who is specifically focused on speaking. Goal number 3, improve your negotiation skills. Again, you don't have to be a master negotiator, like you working with FBI on hostages and things like that. But if you have to interact with other people, and if the success of your work depends on other people contributing, then you need to learn to negotiate. As many of y'all know, I am a project manager, and my success depends greatly on all of the cross-functional partners doing what they need to do. Yes, I can create the best of plans. Yes, I can facilitate the best of execution meetings, but if people don't do the stuff, then I am not successful. And so what I recognize is that in my role, there is a need to negotiate. There is a need to get others to buy into the priorities that I have, because at the end of the day, what I'm asking them to do is a small fraction of what's on their plate, and I need them to believe that that fraction is important. And so I'm pretty sure as you consider your role, there are likely areas that you recognize that your success depends on other people doing certain things. And so learning to negotiate better will set you up for better success. Goal number 4, complete a leadership development course. Y'all, I am currently going through a leadership development accelerator right now, and it is so good. It's one thing to learn to be a leader through experience. Hello, that's my experience, just getting out there doing it. But it's another thing to take a training that uses quality research to help you identify key areas that you can improve to strengthen your leadership presence. And I feel like I also need to say this, but regardless of if you are a people manager or not, you are a leader. There are opportunities to lead from exactly where you are. So whether you formally lead people or whether you are leading people by influence in your current role, a leadership development course is definitely something to consider. Goal number 5, strengthen your online presence. We live in a digital age and you have a digital footprint. And so you should make sure that it represents you in a way that you would be proud of. So maybe you only have a LinkedIn that you haven't updated in about 10 years. It has a very old job, no picture. And so that's your starting point, right? Putting in a professional headshot, giving yourself an about section. Maybe, LinkedIn is where you need to focus. Maybe you're cool on LinkedIn and you want to create an online portfolio. Maybe you want to start a blog where you are creating content to really establish your thought leadership in a given area. Whatever it may be, right? We all have this digital footprint. So strengthen your online presence to make it something that you would be proud of. Goal number 6, mentor someone. This year, I took on a new mentee at work, and when I tell y'all, it has been one of the most rewarding experiences this year. I am not exaggerating. And so, like, I went into this with the thought that, oh my goodness, this would be a great opportunity for me to give back in the project management profession by taking someone who's interested in project management under my wing and being able to explore different topics with her and help her grow in her confidence as she executes at work as well. And when I tell y'all, it has been just more than I could have ever imagined. Like, one, I'm just so proud of her and just how far she has even come this year. Y'all, if y'all saw the way I celebrate her wins, like, I celebrate her wins like they are my very own, because I am just so proud of not only getting to just work with her, but seeing how she applies the information that I shared during our sessions. The other reason why mentoring is so key, I've heard it said like this before: if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. And so mentoring, in addition to being so rewarding, so exciting, something that I love doing, it is also humbling. Let me be clear, humbling in a great way, where it forces me to acknowledge areas where I can stand to brush up my skills. I can stand to brush up my knowledge. I can stand to do a little bit more research. I can put some more things into practice, if you will, because when someone asks you a question that they think is a very simple, basic question, and you start to like just going all over the place this way and that way trying to answer, yeah, we just gonna leave it at that. But I guarantee you, there are no shortage of people to be mentored. So find you someone and make that your goal for this year. Goal number 7, attain a professional certification in your field. This one, I'm pretty sure y'all see people talking about this all the time online, on the blog, so I won't spend too much time here, but there are likely no shortage of certifications for your area of interest. My one piece of advice to you would be to do your research. Make sure that if you are going to attain a certification, it's a certification that will truly establish your authority in the field. And if you are paying money to get a certification, that certification should have a return on investment. And I'm going to leave that at that. Goal number 8, improve your data analysis skills. So what I'm not asking you to do, I'm not asking you to become a data analyst, right? I am simply suggesting that at your company has goals. Within your department likely has goals. And then you as an individual likely need to contribute to the goals of your department, thus contributing to the goals of the company. And so it's really easy to just get lost in the sauce with all of that, where you might have your CEO explaining what your top level business objectives are, and it is just like flying over your head. You're like, nope, dots not connected. I have no clue what you are talking about. You might as well be speaking another language. I would hope that when it comes to your department level goals, you are a lot more clear on, okay, here's what we need to accomplish, and here's how I contribute to that. All of that being said, you set yourself up for so much success when you, one, understand the data that is important to your boss, your boss's boss, your CEO. When you understand the data that's important to them, and then you understand how your work links to that data, and then you understand how to pull that data, you can then begin to craft a story. So whether your goal is to just make your boss proud, I don't know if that's really, I don't know, maybe that's not a real thing. Maybe your goal is to get a promotion. Maybe your goal is to just maintain, right? Like you want to do what you need to do. You love the role that you're in. You just want to do it well. Maybe you want to pivot into another department. Maybe you want to change jobs altogether. Regardless of what your end goal is, you need data to tell the story about your contributions. And now, while y'all might be able to finesse a resume and make up the percentages, oh, I improved departmental efficiency by 65%. Like, while you may be able to make that stuff up, I won't say make that stuff up because I don't think y'all be lying. But while you may be able to finesse that on a resume, you can't really do the same thing internally because those folks know they gonna be like, you did what? How? Tell us how. Like, how did you come up with that number? And so again, being able to understand the data that is important, being able to know how to pull that data, and then being able to tell a story with it. Chef's kiss. Goal number 9, enhance your professional brand. So whether it's your professional brand documents like your resume or your LinkedIn profile, or whether you are focused on becoming a better coworker. So you recognize that there are words that come to mind when your coworkers think of you, and perhaps you want to double down and be seen as full-blown authority for a given area, or maybe there are areas that you know you need to improve. Maybe you are that person who shows up a couple minutes late to every meeting and people joke and laugh about like how they knew they weren't going to be able to get started until 05 because you were on the invite. Like, you ain't got to tell me if it's you, but like maybe there are areas that you know you need to improve, and so you want to take some time to focus your energy there. You want to be intentional in the way that you show up so that you can change the narrative. Or again, if you are just doing it all, you're crushing it, maybe you want to double down in that area and let them know that you really are that girl. Goal number 10, practice work-life harmony. I get it. Work-life balance truly is, I mean, people call it a myth, but it's a lie. It's a lie. Like, things are not going to be perfectly balanced with your work life and your home life and your social life and all of the different things, right? But there are opportunities to create better harmony between work and all other aspects of your life. One of the best quotes that I heard from one of my leaders at work for how she manages work-life harmony is she is always where her feet are. She's like, be where your feet are. So if you are at work, show up fully at work. Show up fully in that role. Do it to the best of your ability. Don't multitask, doing all of the things, swiping social media, kind of paying attention on the meeting, kind of not. Like, be where your feet are. And so then when you are with family, the same thing reigns true. So if you are picking your kids up from school, or if you are working with your kid on a project, or if you're at your kid's soccer game, allow yourself to be present in that moment without a million Slack notifications, or Teams if y'all a Teams place. Like, don't have email on your phone buzzing where you are with your kids or with your husband or with whomever, where you are to be spending quality time in your mind is still at work. Your fingers and phone and mind looking at the phone is still at work. Just be where your feet are. And that's just one suggestion for improving that area. But again, one of your goals can just be to identify better ways to practice work-life harmony. All right, so as I said at the top of this video, no, you don't need to go and try to implement all 10 of these as goals for the year. In fact, I highly recommend that you don't, because it's too much. It's too much. But my hope is that you'll be able to pick out 1 to a few that spoke to you so that you can intentionally see yourself grow in this coming year. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe. Let me say that first. Be sure to subscribe, but also share it with a friend who might need this same message. Also, let me know in the comments if you are taking one of these goals with you, like, yes, this is me, this is what I'm doing this year. Let me know in the comments. Let me know which one it is, which one most spoke to your soul about what you need in order to level up in this new year.